Arg, morning to ye, time parts. I can't say parts with that accent. My accents suck. This is why when I play D&D, there's no accents. Um, how are you all this fine morning? I'm sorry I'm late. I've been up since 5:45. The cats were fighting and I could not sleep any longer. Um, so I'm like, I might as well get up and work. So I have been. I've been working all morning and hence being late. Sorry. It's a problem, right? Get distracted actually doing things. Um, so yeah, but I am ready to write. I need to finish this. I was doing the Raven Scholar review because I hadn't done that yet. I just rated it because I finished it really late Wednesday night. So I'm like, I need to wait until my brain actually works again before I can write the review. So, how are you doing this fine morning, Alicia?
Arg.
You like that's all I got. Arg. Sick.
It feels like someone is taking spoons and digging into my eyes. So I'm waiting for allergy meds to kick in.
Yeah, that does not sound like a fun day.
But the kids are still asleep.
Ooh, that's a good day. Considering you
So,
have to wake them up to go grocery shopping. So
yeah. If they don't get up by 10, then I open their doors and go, "It's time to get up."
Molly says, last. I think you're confused, Molly. I think you're
Last?
confused. And Greg says, second to last. Ren says, President General of the Nations? Ren says, I just wanted a unique greeting like everyone else. You say hello, hello, everyone with the little smiley face thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already have a unique greeting. Let's see. And Annette says, Ancio equals here in Irish. I love that. We're going to get all of our unique things out there. Molly says,
Yeah.
hiya to everyone. And Lindsay says, morning, guys. Just counted, and I still have 29 books to read for Your Kid. Hoping to finish in May, so that gives me a bit of leeway if things don't go to plan. You know, I counted how many books I needed when I did my update. Now I can't remember. Too many. That's how many. Too many. Molly says, laughed at Greg. And Ren says, hey, Molly. And Molly says, you got this, Lindsay. That's right. You do got this. 29 books. You could do it.
Also, happy Friday the 13th.
Yes. It's a lucky day for me because I'm not a Templar and I was born on the 13th. So it's pretty lucky to be born. Even though it doesn't feel like
Depends.
it every day, it really is lucky.
It depends on what happens today. It depends on if it'll be a lucky day or not.
Mm,
I mean, I'm awake. That's half the battle. So,
let's
and
see.
it's pretty foggy outside today.
It is pretty foggy outside today. See, that's how you mainstream media types are, Kelly, always misquoting people. Uh-oh, what did I misquote? Annette says, I have no idea how many more I need. Probably less than 100, though. Yeah, I do have less than 100, but I can't remember. Now I want to count it. I'll count it during breaks. I can't remember. I think I have them all now because I even did the. Oh, see, I didn't know exactly because I didn't do the TBR game. So I did do the TBR game. I don't know if it counts as cheating. I did the final girls game, but instead of me playing it, because that was just too much, I couldn't find the spoons. What I did was watch her most recent video, and every prompt she got, I just got a book for me from those prompts. So I played her game. I just let her play it, and then I chose the prompts according to that. She even had to get a punishment from not reading her books last month. I did read my books last month, but I took her punishment anyway. So I just got exactly what her books were. So I should know exactly how many books I need to read. Um,
I
well,
mean,
close. I don't know how many are going to double and how many aren't. So close to. I can at least count how many empty spaces I have, and it should be less than that, including doubling. I think that's what I'll do. Just count empty spaces.
the news is on very faint, and they're like, up next, a recipe on how to make chocolate covered strawberries. And I'm like, you take a strawberry and you dip it in chocolate. How
Yeah,
hard is
like
that?
what's the recipe? Yeah. Make sure the strawberries are dry and you're good. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah, I'm totally.
Get that chocolate that you dip it in and it hardens and you're done.
Oh no, yuck! I would never buy that. Never, never, never. Yuck.
No, no.
But you could just melt. You could just melt chocolate either in double boiler or in the microwave. But I get the Ghirardelli's chocolate,
Ooh, that's
and
a good one.
yeah, and you just melt that and then dip your strawberries in it. Done. Um, and Molly says, I didn't say hi, everybody. I didn't say you did. I said that's what Ren always says. And she says, hello, hello, everyone.
Oh, because she was like, "Hiya, Annette, Ren, and Gregory, Alicia, Kelly, and
Oh,
Molly."
remember I
She wanted
told
to
you
hear
I
you.
was cutting those down so we don't take forever to go through the comments. I
Yep.
said that months ago. Yeah, I try not to. Sometimes I just skip them all together. Depends on how many we have going on. That's why.
Ooh.
And I didn't misquote, I summarized. I didn't say Molly said exactly per quotes. It's going to court. Annette
Sorry.
says, I'm flying later. My flight number is 666 on Friday the 13th. Oh, you need to vlog that, Annette. I gotta know. I gotta know.
Oh my goodness.
God, good thing I'm not superstitious. I'm assuming is what you meant. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would be bad. I would think if you were superstitious, you would cancel your flight. Right?
Right?
I cannot imagine anyone superstitious could handle those numbers combined. Oh, you did
That's
mean superstitious. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that autocorrect is evil. I have it off on
mhm.
my phone, which it shows me how well I type most of the time. I'm fine. But it also shows me how much everyone else depends on it. Because as soon as anyone starts to type on my phone, they're like, "You have autocorrect off?" I'm like, yes.
What is this here?
um, Gregory says, "Look, people are getting pretty stupid. They need things explained." And I mean, that is true. That is true. Molly said, "Months ago, I wasn't even here months ago." Yes, you were.
I think you've been with us since we started in what, August of last year? No.
Yeah.
When did we start? When did you start?
Well, I started
I
unofficially
joined in
like last
August.
spring, but it wasn't like every single time until you joined. Um
August. Yeah.
Charles says, I made it. This is the coffee and contemplation sprint for me. Um
This is a you need to warm up your coffee station.
that's right. That's right.
The coffee is getting cold.
Ren says, that's me. I'm the one that would cancel the flight. See, that's right. You're like, nope, not doing it. I am not chancing fate. Yeah, it wouldn't bother me either, Annette. I'd be like, cool. Molly says, best wishes for your contemplation, Charles. And Greg says, you've always been here, Molly. It's like The Shining. Yeah, I mean, that works. That works. Ren says, Molly is a booktube OG. Whoop, whoop. Yep, for sure. And Molly says, holy moly, you've been here since August, Alicia? Well, okay, I was here.
Yes.
Yeah, time flies. Yeah, when they say that. That's why I never say when I start the TBR, I'm never like, oh my God, it's March. Like, I never do that. I skip it on purpose because everyone else does that. Not everyone, but most people do. And I'm like, yes, time is fast. Let's
And
just get on with it.
it might actually be more like the end of July because I remember we were doing it at a certain time and then I had to switch because the kids were going back to school. So
Yep. So you had
and then
started
we switched.
before then. Yep,
Yep.
exactly. Yep.
So I've been here that long
Yep.
and I've made tremendous progress.
Yes, yes, you have. And so have I. So thank you very much. It's nice having a buddy when you're doing these things. And then all of you amazing people on chat in chat to keep us honest.
Insane.
Well,
For the most part. There's a penguin on TV.
like what were you saying about Sane? Okay. And Charles says, or maybe crochet with Paula. Never too late to learn something new. That's right. Never too late. Never, never, never.
I am not
We went to the
coordinated.
zoo yesterday, right? And I was all stressed out about
Yeah.
doing all the things, but man, I
Mhm.
did, right? We did the writing and we went to the zoo and then got the D&D played last night. Well, role playing. It's not D&D. And but the zoo was so peaceful. They had a new building and that I was last time I was there they were building it. So it's
Mhm.
done and it's just beautiful. And it's a little like refreshment bathroom area. And a huge like 32,000 gallon or something like that water retainer to get rainwater to water their plants and stuff.
Ooh, that's cool.
So it was just beautiful. It was really nice, and it's good and shady because right, this is Texas. Yesterday weather was beautiful, but mostly we get, it's over 100 degrees. So
Yeah.
you want shade wherever you can get it. So it was really cool the way they had that designed. And they had some new bird exhibits where you could actually
Mhm.
go in. It'll be on the video because I did take the book with me, and read that a bit while we were there right next to the cute little pond. I was like, man, if I lived downtown, I would be sitting in the zoo reading all the time. It's
Mhm.
peaceful, it's quiet-ish, you know what I mean? And it was so much shade, so many places to sit. Just I love it. Um, so it was a very peaceful day. It helped I don't know, recharge my brain, you know? So, which is probably why I woke up early this morning because I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like my brain is prepared. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo. Molly laughed at Greg and Ren. Ren says, "Oh, and I'm listening to Outdrawn by Deanna Gray. Excellent." Molly says, "Ooh, I finished that last night. It's great." Greg says, "We're all mad here." Exactly, Greg. And now Alice in Wonderland. Greg's just going to be quoting all the books today. He's like throwing it down, man. Charles says, "Still plugging away with Alchemized. Heavy." Yeah, Jessica Rainey said she finished that. Um, Molly, I am going to listen to something and map out her free little library route. Coda suggested the app, and now I see there are more near me and some near mom's. Yeah, I love the little free libraries, man. We'll be doing that next weekend. Supposed to thunderstorm tomorrow, so our event was canceled.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and we're going to stay home, and Kevin is making wings. We invited Tammy and Henry over, and we're going to watch Varsity Blues since James Vanderbeek just passed. And that is our favorite thing that he ever did. We love Varsity Blues. So we're going to eat wings and watch Varsity Blues.
I don't know that I've seen anything that he's in.
Varsity Blues is so good. Watch that.
Okay.
It's
I'll
really,
add it
really
to
great.
my list.
One of the best soundtracks ever, too, by the way. If you like late 90s music, like one of the best soundtracks of any movie.
Mm.
Ren says, "I don't know if I've said this before, but I don't think I've been to a zoo." But you live
What?
in South Africa. You must have the coolest animals. Maybe can you like I don't know because usually like when you live in a place you never do the cool things. So I don't know. Around here we live in suburbs and we don't have animals, so it's so fun to go to the zoo and actually see them. And when we would sit down to read, the lions were off to the side. We couldn't see them. I mean, we could see their enclosure. We knew where they. I know the zoo very well, right? Like the zoo is.
Mhm.
I'm very familiar with it. Sadly, it's not that big, because even though we're the fourth largest city in the country, this comes up a lot. By the way, it's one of the sad things about Houston. It's not big, and it really can't expand. There's nowhere for it to go.
Oh, wow.
So it is what it is. And they're doing a great job, but it's just not that big. There's not a lot of room. And so you can see where we were sitting at the one of the older cafes over the pond. There was you could hear the lions off to the side, and it had to have been feeding time because you could hear the
Aw.
male lion. We sat down to. I was reading, my daughter was studying, and you had you could hear the lions just like roar, like just doing their little roar thing.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, it must be feeding time. But it was so cool to hear that. When I'm safe at a table,
Not
and
in
they are
near.
not, you know, they are locked away safely from me. Then it was really cool.
Yep.
But they've done such a good job of setting things up so you can see almost like all the animals. It's very hard not to see them. They have them displayed. They feed them where you can see them. Like they've done a really, really good job. I'm just think it's that you can see the entire zoo in one day is my point. Um, and Molly said that's why you need coffee and contemplation sprints. Yes, always need them. Ren says, I think I've only been to like aquariums, which are basically marine life zoos, if we're being honest. Yeah, that is what they are. You're right. I love my aquariums too. The one in Atlanta is the best one I've ever been to.
I want to go to the one in Orlando. I haven't been to that one yet.
I'm telling
That
you though,
one has a tunnel with the aquarium
Oh
above it.
yeah, every good one has those. There's like 3 of them in the Atlanta one, and the Atlanta one has whale sharks. I'm telling you, grab the kids, go to Atlanta, go to that aquarium. There is nothing like it in the world. They have a huge. Well, I think the one in Dubai is bigger, but otherwise, so for this country, it's Atlanta. It's like
Mm.
the second biggest in the world. Because I think the one in Dubai is the only one bigger.
Ooh, we
Go, I'm
have.
telling you, man, grab the kids. That is not a very far drive for you. You've got a long weekend. Go to Atlanta. There's other cool things to see, but you have to see the aquarium. It's
Mm.
so amazing. There's this huge wall. I can't even tell you the dimensions because I don't remember. I'm sure it's online. Where they have the big tank and they have so much marine life in there and the whale sharks. And of course, they're always circling because whale sharks are one of the ones that has to keep moving to breathe. It isn't all sharks, but whale sharks are one of them. And so you can watch them just circling up there and they circle around. They're huge, huge manta rays, not stingrays, manta rays. They're huge that they have in there. And then all kinds of sharks, all kinds of fish, all kinds of turtles, everything is in there. And it's so big and they've got it dimly lit. So when you sit down to look at that, you feel like you're in the ocean, except, you can breathe. And it is the most peaceful thing in the universe. And I highly, highly recommend it. But they've got all those other things too. They've got a big shark tank. They've got, things that you can go under. They've got it divided up into different areas. They have sea otters there. It's funny, you don't realize how big sea otters are until you actually see them and you're like, "Whoa, okay, those are big. They're big." They are big. Hi, Lorelai. You want to go see a cool aquarium?
Say good morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's the first one up.
Yep, I love it.
You want to go watch TV?
Aw.
You can go watch your TV. You got Lainey?
So cute. Yeah, Molly says, Ren, don't you walk outside the door and see giraffes and elephants? I mean, it depends on where she lives, right?
Be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they're not like destroying all your crops. So it depends. It depends on where they are.
As long as
Annette
they're not
says,
right at my doorstep.
exactly. See, so it depends. Annette, I'm going to read So Many Beginnings, a Little Women remix by Bethany C. Morrow. Annette, I just heard about that today. I just put it on my TBR list. I'm like, I want to read that. So I just put it on there. That's so funny that you're reading that when I just saw it. So you have to tell me if it's worth reading or if I should just take it right back off. Ren, unfortunately not, Molly. The lions ate them all. I mean, they're hungry. They're really hungry. Ren says, it's just cows on the highways now. Well, yeah. I mean, I live in Texas. We have that problem too. Molly laughs. Ren says, I've been to safaris, game reserves, but you only see the animals if they want to be seen. Right. Game reserves are a very different kind of thing. The zoos, they set it up so you could see them,
Mm-hmm.
Ren says, and it's only animals native to South Africa and Greater Africa. Makes sense to me. Yeah, ours was, we have an Africa area, and part of that's under construction though. So we didn't get to see like the rhinos and stuff. That area, they're all put up while they're constructing it. They have a big cat area. That's just a cat area. It's not divided up. And then we have a primates area. It's just a bunch of primates. There's a bird area. It's a bunch of birds. And then we have a South American area and a Guatemala. Nope, not Guatemala. Galapagos. There's a Galapagos exhibit. But mostly, so we have those 3 different exhibits, but mostly they kind of have them gathered by species. Big group species. I think it's just easier for their care. And like I said, they're just not that big. So. Let's see. There was a jaguar that was, he's young. He was only, he's like 18 months old. So he was so active.
Aww.
I got some really good video of him. I mean, I said, I'm videoing him. I'm like, this is how I die. I try to pet the jaguar because I wanted to so bad. Like he was so pretty. But yeah, this is how I die. If anyone's wondering, pet the alligator. My husband won't let me. That's how I die.
Just pet them.
I want to pet all of them. Let's see. And Ren says, so I've never seen like a tiger in real life. Did you because you said you'd never been to a zoo. Do you have zoos in South Africa that have other animals? Ren says, and I kind of want to see Arctic penguins. I've only seen South African penguins. I mean, if you've seen one penguin, my personal opinion. Courtney says, good morning. Good morning, Courtney. It's so good to see you. Molly says, where do you recommend, Kelly? The Atlanta Aquarium? I think that's what I was recommending.
Yes.
If it was something else, let me know, Molly. And Molly says, hi to Courtney and morning to Lorelai. And Ren says, Kelly, you would love the sardine rush in Cape Town in July. You basically see all the migrating animals. I would love that. You are absolutely right. That sounds exactly up my alley. Oh, that sounds so cool. So July for South Africa, Kevin. Yes. The Ren says even better, and plus it won't be as hot then, right? Ren says even better for people who like to scuba dive. That's one thing I never got. I was going to be a marine biologist, so I was going to do that, but never got there. Courtney says Molly, and Lindsay says Annette. That's on my list for adaptations too. Good. All right, Annette. So you get to tell us. You get to tell us whether Lindsay and I should definitely read it or not. And Ren says, I feel like they look different. Oh, the other penguins? Yeah, I don't know. They just look like penguins to me. But I'm not a penguin expert, so.
They have slight variations. It depends on which breed.
I mean, obviously they look different, right? That is an absolute accurate assessment. Except the Antarctic, the king ones, right? Those are the most, because they're huge.
Oh, the emperor penguins?
Yes, thank you. I'm like, I can't remember the name. That's it. Those, because they are huge. I mean, they're like 3 feet tall, right? So those babies are big. I've only seen them once because they had some at SeaWorld.
I need to go there again. It's been a while.
Look, man, anything that has animals, I've been there. Even if they have questionable practices, I can't help it. I need to go see them.
Need to go check on their well-being. I like the macaroni.
It's selfish reasons. I just have to see them. I have this animal thing. I must always see them. But I have an animal thing. The animals will stop and look at me. You can ask my daughter. She has lists of things that we have been to where they will just stop and look at me or talk to me or I don't know. Animals and I are like, we get along. Ren says, and yes, we have zoos, but they aren't as popular. Makes people feel kind of sad. I gotcha. Ren, our ones are small and hairless. Well, they should be hairless. They don't have any feathers?
Penguins?
Yeah, because penguins don't have any hair, but they don't have any. Well, now I have to look up South African penguins. But I will do that after the sprint because we've been talking, but it is Friday. This is pretty normal for Friday. So let us go ahead and do our first sprint. Nope, no feathers. Well, then I agree with you. Yeah, the other penguins are very different if yours have no feathers, for sure. All right, here we go. 30 minutes. And there we go. And there was our first sprint. And I researched penguins, so I got distracted. How about you, Alicia?
I didn't get nothing done. I mean, I ate my breakfast, but with them now awake, it was, Mommy, look at this. Mommy, can I have? Mommy, can I watch TV? Mommy, this is
Love it.
what I want for breakfast.
Huh. Yep. Children. Children. I was thinking that yesterday because I had lots of work to do. And
Yeah.
but I'm going to the zoo with my daughter because she needs to turn in paperwork. And she's 22, so that tells you, right? But she's also about to move to San Antonio, so I want whatever I can get time with her.
Right.
And I feel much better after doing it. So, you know, it is what it is. But the mommy, I need you doesn't seem to ever end.
And now both of the cats are meowing. One of them is like close to the laundry room. The other one's right here, and they're just like meow. And I'm like, go away.
That's why I was up at 5:45 today. They were out there fighting. Yeah, cats. And now he's sleeping under my desk under protective custody, trying to make everyone leave him alone. I tried, and he's just sleeping on the carpet. I tried to put his bed that he used to love, but the puppy could get to it, so then he didn't like it anymore. I tried to put it under here, and he won't sleep on it under here.
He's like, this is not the right spot.
Cats. I mean, I'm like, fine, live without it then, dude. I'm trying to help you here. Let's see. And Zwink joined us during that sprint. Howdy, everybody. Happy Friday the 13th. Yes. Happy Galentine's Day. I've heard people saying that. I don't know what that is.
Galentine's Day is basically where girls do a Valentine's Day, but with each other, not just significant others.
Isn't that just called Tuesday where we all go drinking? I mean, I'm better about that. Happy Cheddar Day. Ooh, every day's Cheddar Day to me. Happy Tortellini Day. How fun. And happy Blame Someone Else Day.
I blame my husband for this entire morning. There, done.
I mean, I blame my husband all the time for all kinds of things. I don't need a holiday for that. I mean,
true. I do.
He's busy no commenting down there because he has a day off, so he's reading in bed, pretending to ignore me. He says, "Yep." And I looked up some things. It looks like the African penguins do have feathers. It just looks like they don't.
I did look at that too, and it said that they have feathers, but they're kind of like scales. They're kind of overlaid.
Well, the scale-like are on their wings, but there's regular feathers on the rest of them. So it just looks very sleek because they're water birds instead of air birds.
Let's see if you can see them. What are you doing, Ralphie? Ralphie's up on the shelf.
Oh, look at him. I can't believe he is that old and he can still do that. That's pretty impressive, I have to say. Meow. Oh, he's playful. What a cutie.
Oh, God. Now he's trying to get down. Come on.
Down is always harder than up.
Well, it literally wraps around so it goes past the front door and the window that's there. But for whatever reason, they have now decided that you can go to one shelf, and then you just heard him. He jumped from the shelf to my desk to where my laptop is, and now he's like chasing ISIS. He's got the zoomies.
He's got the zoomies. So cute. And Ren made it to 47%. Nicely done. Nicely done. Molly started to listen to Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. Oh, that sounds out of season, but fun. I don't have to read my books in season. Do you have to read your books in season?
No. I mean, I like to have ones that are seasonal, at least one or two for the season. Like I have romance for this month because Valentine's Day, but I don't have to.
Yeah,
I just like to.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice, right? But yeah, I don't have to either. I know some readers because I watch so many of those TBR videos, and there's so many readers that like the book has to fit the season, and I'm just not that kind of reader. And Courtney says, "Mommy mode, Alicia." Yep, mommy mode is in full swing at Alicia's house.
Yes.
Ren says, "Kinda was craving breakfast sausages, so now I'm making breakfast sausages." Ah. The freedom of the youth. I love that. Someday. Molly says, Look, married women who get to celebrate Valentine's with their spouse, no belittling the single women who don't holiday. I have a spouse. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm sorry. I don't understand the whole Valentine's Day. What you're supposed to show me you love me one day a year? I'm not about that. So we don't I don't make that day special. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I used it as an excuse to go to Epic Universe. Honey, do you want to do something for Valentine's Day? Sure. What do you have in mind? Let's go to Epic Universe. Okay.
No, that's 2 days a year, honey.
What?
Mother's Day. There he says no, this is a very important day, Valentine's Day. It's the day that you do not go to a restaurant. Valentine's Day, but that's Mother's Day too. Those 2 days are actually the busiest days in restaurants, period. They are more booked on those 2 days than any other holiday.
Which is crazy. I stay home.
It makes total sense. Tell me why.
I don't know.
Because those are the only 2 holidays a year where men are supposed to celebrate the women in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And traditionally, men are not the cooks, women are.
Mm.
So it's time to celebrate them. So instead of cooking, the men are like, we're going to go to a restaurant. And those 2 are the busiest days. Good luck getting a book.
Don't have to cook.
Because so that they don't have to cook or, heaven forbid, clean the kitchen. So, yeah. So
I like
reservations and go out instead.
I like my policy. I cook, he cleans.
Yeah, I wish I had established that early on in the relationship, but I did not. So it is what it is. So it's not just a single women thing. We just don't celebrate. I don't see the point in it.
I'm a very big, I don't want to do everything believer. So
Zayfa goes, but gender roles. Come on, man, gender roles. Yeah.
This is the 21st century, sir. Everybody can do everything.
No, he agrees. He was being sarcastic. No. Does it look like I would be in a gender role kind of family? That's definitely not how I roll. Not that we don't fit some of the gender role things, that we chose for ourselves.
True.
But yeah, it's some we do and some we don't. So we followed the ones that worked for us and our family, not because some outside source told us this is what we need to do.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Not that society didn't influence our choices, because of course it did. But yeah. We can't escape a society, but we didn't feel trapped by it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Molly says, I don't have to read a book in its season, but if we're talking tea day, do you mean Thanksgiving or Christmas? I have to read seasonally. Oh, that sounds fair. I mean, it would be pretty weird reading a Christmas book in July, right? But Molly says, do you celebrate your anniversary? Sometimes. I do. Sometimes we do. But anniversary is that's a together thing, right? So, and we still celebrate together all the time. So, but we use it just like, we use our anniversary, just like Alicia talked about her, for going to Epic for Valentine's. We use this as an excuse to spend more money going to do something fun. Mm-hmm. Like we went to a really nice restaurant and sat at the bar and did not even look at the prices and just ordered stuff. We drank bottles of wine. Our daughter dropped us off. Our son picked us up. So we didn't have to worry about driving, right? So we will celebrate as an excuse. We went to Belize on our anniversary because, again, it was an excuse to spend money, to spend more money, to go do something way more fun, just the 2 of us. But Kevin and I do things together all the time. So right. It's still not a,
that's
same thing. You cannot choose one day a year to celebrate each other. What kind of relationship is that? And Courtney says, I am working on Valentine's Day. It's normally an excuse to eat out. See, there you go. Not that we need it. This year, a card only. Then I'm going to sleep. There you go. There you go. That's the way to do it. Courtney says, we normally grab food to go. Yeah, that makes sense to me. We're going to sit at home. Molly says, I had big plans to make tags for all you bookie friends for V-Day, but did not happen. No, I get that. I always have grand plans I can't quite get to. I understand, Molly. Vanessa, good morning, Vanessa. So good to see you. Vanessa says, I'm a married woman who doesn't celebrate V-Day generally. Yeah, see, we're not the only couple. It doesn't make any sense to me. Molly, I have a long history of bad Valentines, so not much celebrating here, but some years I'm in the mood to bake or create. Last year I made a black velvet cake for V Day. I thought black was appropriate.
I mean, you could.
Mhm. Molly says, hi, Vanessa. And Vanessa says, hi, back. And happy Friday. Definitely happy Friday. We are chatty today, but we're going to be good and we're going to start this second sprint right now. So let's do it.
Hopefully, I can get something done.
Right. I might just finish the review. So we'll see. Excuse me. And there is our second sprint. I checked my email and I wrote the Raven Scholar
Review.
So, how'd you do, Alicia?
I worked on my reading journal. I've been trying to fill out this page, so I drew all the little boxes and then started filling in titles. Ironically, the little squares, I drew 34 and I was like, oh man, I don't know if that's enough. It is exactly enough.
You were psychic. You just
I
knew.
was just like, wait, what? And I counted the squares and I was like, now let me number the books so that I can make sure I have enough spaces. Otherwise, I'd have to get creative. And then I counted and I was like, no way. So, yeah. And then we've got Lorelai playing with Isis. So if you hear jingles, it's because she's throwing cat toys. And Tiny Man is watching his shows. So there's a lot of noise here.
I get that. It makes it hard to write. I might have to leave for a bit to get some writing done today. I think I need this. It was really nice at the zoo. If I didn't have to rush home, we would have got more work done while we were there. Because I had to rush home because of the streaming thing. So, but it was really nice. I think I'm in the mood for out of the house writing instead of in the house writing right now, which is how I used to do all of my writing. By the way, I used to not be able to write at home at all. So, but I must eat breakfast and take the puppy for a nice long walk first. So,
was that our third sprint or no?
Nope, it's our second sprint. Got one more.
Okay.
Yeah, because we took way too long at the beginning. So let's see, where were we? We were at. Yes, we did greet Vanessa. Let's see. Vanessa says, I'm just sitting down with coffee, so I have no idea what I'm doing yet. I get that. I never got my weekly done for this month or for this week, which is why I'm a little scatterbrained, because I just gotten home. I just have not, my brain is not reorganized yet. And Swank says Valentine's Day and the day after is an excuse to eat your weight in chocolate. Who needs a guy for that? I agree, Swank. That's exactly what it is. I like the day after because, you get all the yummy chocolate on sale.
Kit Kat came out with a raspberry cream flavor for Valentine's Day. I might have to go get another bag because they are really delicious. Not that I need it.
What does need have to do with candy?
I know.
Right. And Jean says, good morning. And Vanessa says, hi, back. And Alicia says, morning. Molly says, oh, guess what? Jack and Sally married and went to Valentine Day Town for their honeymoon. I'm reading in season. Woot. I love that. It's 100% Valentine. Look at that. It's perfect. I love it. That's so funny. Molly says hi and agrees with Swank about eating the chocolate. And Jean says good morning to Charlotte.
Who is Charlotte?
Yeah, did I miss Charlotte? Is Charlotte in a...
Charlotte, please step forward so we can see you.
Let me see if I missed because I was not on live chat.
I am, and I don't see a Charlotte. Did I miss something?
Yep. And Jean is off to do their steps. Nice. Get to it. Molly says, well, step to it. Yes, exactly. Courtney says, okay, gotta go to sleep. Work next few days. Happy reading and writing. Thank you, Courtney. I hope work is boring. That's what I hope for you. Anyone who works in a hospital, I always hope their day is boring. That means people are doing fine. And Swank got coffee and read. Molly says, made my first little library list. Very exciting. Yeah, we do it about once a quarter to get rid of all my physical books and because it's fun. Molly says, good night to Courtney. Swank says, doing morning pages next. Excellent. Good call. Vanessa says, I have to tackle my budget. I made a mistake somewhere back in December, which has messed a bunch of stuff up, so I need to track that down. Alicia, do you remember what that's like?
I know what that's like. For sure.
Ren said, had my... Yep. Ren said had my breakfast sausages and made it to 57%. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Moving right along. Swank says, Alicia, those sound orgasmic.
What does?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe the Kit Kats.
Yes, that was it. It was the raspberry Kit Kats. Yes.
They are very delicious. They're pink too.
Aw. Molly says, yeah, I had no idea. I just knew I wanted to read it. That's so funny. I love it. Molly says, well, I am Charlotte. Are you Charlotte, Molly? Is that like your actual name, or is that now like the thing that they're calling you? Swank says, how was your trip to the zoo? It was amazing, Swank. It was amazing. I want to go back today and just hang out. My daughter even looked to see what her schedule was. I'm like, I mean, maybe. But the problem is they close at 5 right now, right? Because sunset is so early. So by the time I walk the dog and get in the shower and get down there, it's not worth the drive to get down there or the cost to get in at that point. But it was really, really amazing. Reminds me why I love the zoo so much. Jen and I sat, there was one exhibit with some South American birds, and we just sat in there talking to them for so long. 2 of them were conures, and they were just talking to us. They were so cool. Big, beautiful yellow conures. They were gorgeous.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really cool. Now, we didn't get to see that. All the talk of penguins. We didn't get to see the penguins because when we walked through, it's nesting season for them. And so most of them were behind, being affectionate with their mates as they prepare for nesting season, as they prepare for babies.
I like the aviary that we have here at our zoo. You can go in and they'll give you like a little, you have to pay for it, but they give you like a little cup of like nectar of sorts, and you can go in and they'll land on you and they'll sip from the cup. It's quite fun.
Yeah, we have some little like zoos in quotes, right? Like this one is like a legit breeding program kind of zoo, right? But we do have a lot of places you can go and actually interact with a lot of the wild animals, right? I just refuse to do any of the ones that it's like baby tigers or any of that kind of thing, because the way they keep that up, if anyone saw Tiger King, the way they keep that up so they always have babies for you to pet is they do a very unhealthy breeding program. And they are constantly breeding them, and they don't care who they're breeding with, and they don't care about any of that. They just need the babies so that, they can get the money from people wanting to pet them. So any of those things I stay away from.
Right.
But the ones where you can interact with the adult animals that are tamer, those I do all the time. They're so much fun.
I would like to do some of those.
Yep, I agree. Molly says, I am Charlotte, so Jean can talk to me without her messages disappearing. That is such a clever solution. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. That was a great solution. And that's what I mean. I don't know why they're blocking words anyways, because you know what? People, they just find another way of saying whatever it is they're trying to say.
Case in point.
Case in point. Vanessa laughed at. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Getting around the YT or the YouTube AI overlords. And Paula, hi Paula, so good to see you. Are you having fun crocheting? Kelly, and that's what Paula says. I've been crocheting today, but I feel a migraine coming on. Oh no, so I'll probably be heading back to bed soon. I am so sorry. Those migraines are no fun.
Healing kitty.
Healing, yeah. That's the best. We have the knockoff brand of Healing Kitty, Paula. Molly said it was Jean's idea. Well, that was a smart idea, Jean. That's really cool. I like it. And boo on the migraine. I agree. Vanessa says, hope you're feeling better soon. All right. I'm going to cut this short. We talked so much at the beginning. And let's get this third sprint going. Jean is also sending Healing Kitty to Paula. And here we go. And that was our last sprint. We have survived another week of Morning Time Pirates. I hope you all got a lot done. I didn't get a lot of writing done, but I did get a lot of business stuff done. So I will take that as a success. How did you do, Alicia?
Well, I started setting up my January book review pages, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but I got ink all over my hand. I don't know
Oops.
how. I'm
True
trying to
talent.
figure it out.
It's a true talent.
And this is my right hand. I expect it to be on the left hand because I'm left-handed, but the only thing I can think of is that like the side of the ruler has ink on it.
That would make sense.
So
I think that's a logical conclusion. Are they lines?
yeah, some of them are.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that makes sense that it'd be the ruler. So you did figure it out.
So I'm gonna well, now I have to figure out how to prevent that because I've also noticed that in doing so, it gets ink
Get some
on the
smeared.
page.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it, I don't know if I could easily hide that, you know? So, work in progress and trial and error.
Makes sense to me. Let's see. Let's see how chat did. Paula says, thank you for healing, Kitty. Absolutely. Molly says, I was able to type cocaine blues last night. Jean says, it's so bad. All my messages were disappearing yesterday for some odd reason, only on Kelly Sprints. So weird.
It was.
Jean says, even without Molly's name yesterday. That's so funny. And Molly says, yay, us. Yeah, getting stuff done, not disappearing Jean's messages. That wasn't fun. Ren, no reading, just chatting with friends. Thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely, Ren. And now I know when to visit South Africa, and that is in July. I will write that down. We still have to do Hawaii in March because I want to see the humpback whales and their babies. So
that'd be cool.
Yep, they calf in March, and that's before they head north. So I'm like, I want to see the babies. Vanessa says, still trying to track down the budget error. I think it's a category issue and not an actual number issue. That would make sense. Zwank says, did my pages. Molly says, thank you for sprints. No sprints on Sunday, Alicia?
I had sprints on Sunday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I saw it scheduled, actually. If you can find the link, you can drop it in the chat. And Jean says, have you guys read Patricia Cornwell? Have you seen the trailer for the new adaptation? No, Patricia Cornwell is one of the ones I have not read. Vanessa says, thanks so much for sprints. Absolutely. Zwank says, Jean, I love her books. Very excited about the series. Oh, that sounds cool. Jean, didn't you have this problem with someone else, Kelly? I did Kiana. But Kiana is not just me. Kiana's in a bunch of them.
Are you talking about last Sunday sprints or this coming Sunday sprints?
I'm assuming she means this coming Sunday.
Yeah, they're scheduled.
Okay. We'll just drop it in chat then.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's because it's the Shexy, right? So it sounds like sexy, and so it looks like a fake name. But we know Kiana, and she's not fake. So they tend to throw that one into spam. And Lindsay, I set up my journal page for Exile of the Wolf. I'm at 40%. Yay! I'll start that one in 2 books. So I have 2 books to read, and I'll get to that one. And Molly says, okay, cool, thank you. There you go. There they are. Jean says, I haven't read Patricia Cornwell either. It's just like the popular fiction. I haven't read a bunch of them. Like I haven't read, I think I read something by James Patterson, but not most. I swear I had to have read something, but I can't remember. Patricia Cornwell I've not read. Debbie McComb I have not read.
I've not read any of
Janet
those.
Ivanovich I've not read. Like a whole bunch of the really popular I haven't. I mean, I've read Stephen King, so not like none of the popular ones. Grisham I've not read. Nope, that's not true. I read the 13th Warrior, the one that is the Beowulf retelling. I've read that one by Grisham. Pretty sure it's Grisham. I don't know. It's just popular fiction. I don't tend to read a lot of. And Lindsay's very curious now. They're like, wait, what is this Patricia Cornwall adaptation? And Jean said, I couldn't remember Shexy's name. Yep. Yeah, I think it's
Kiana.
Shexy Lady, right? Yeah, but it's Kiana. Zwank says, it's on Prime. It's called Scarpetta. I think it starts next month. Nice. Very cool.
Military helicopters were out today.
I live near an airport base there a lot. That's the thing also. The zoo is in the medical center. The museum district and the medical center are right next to each other in downtown Houston.
Mhm.
And so one of the hospitals right there, I'm pretty sure it was one of the Herman Memorial ones. There are helicopters over and over again. And I was like, ooh, some people are having a bad day. You know, when they gotta chopper you in, that's not a good day. And so there had to have been one an hour at least while we were down there.
Oh, wow. It's fascinating because when we first moved into this house, we had no airplanes or helicopters fly over. Now we get like 2 or 3 a day.
Wow.
And I'm like, why?
Stuff
I
is
don't
happening,
want
man.
to hear it. My son loves it though.
Yeah. Lindsay says, oh, I'll need to check to see if that's in the UK too. Jean says, I've read Janet. My aunt has read all her books as well as James Patterson. Nice. Well, most people in this country who are readers, that's what they're reading, right? They're reading the popular fiction. We are just in this like little safe space in BookTube, so it feels like everyone's reading what we're reading, right? But they're not.
Mhm.
Yeah, most of them are reading that popular fiction.
That
And
and I
still
really
better
didn't.
than the people that aren't reading.
That's true. I didn't grow up with any of those titles, so I went from YA titles to adult titles, and by the time you get to the adult titles, it's just like what everybody else is reading now. So all those authors that you listed, I have not read any of them.
I don't
No
understand what
pattern.
you're saying because they have been adult popular titles for decades. All the ones I just
That's what I
listed.
mean. Like I haven't read them because I read mostly YA, and then when I finally switched from YA to adult fiction, then it's mostly like romance stuff. It's not.
Well,
I've
romance
never
and
read.
genre, right? You're reading
Right.
mostly romance and genre. Then that was my point. That's also what I read is mostly genre. So I don't tend to read a lot of the popular
I haven't read.
popular fiction. Popular fiction bores me. I want dragons. That's my
Right.
problem. That's my problem. Which is why Stephen King, one of the popular fiction writers I do read, right? Swank says Patterson Zoo is good. I mean, I'll have to look it up. He can't be a bad writer or he wouldn't be popular, right? So that's the same I say with all of them. They can't be bad. It's just that I get bored easily. Vanessa did my comment about the Writers Troop Zoom co-working. Not post.
No.
Lindsay
so.
says, nope, Vanessa. Stupid YouTube. You probably, if you tried to do a link, I don't think it'll let you do a link.
Yeah,
Jean
because you're not
says,
mod.
right. I live in the hospital district, so constant ambulances and choppers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was like at the zoo. It's right there.
It's not coming off.
And Jean says, any reading counts. I agree, Jean. Like I said, that's
Mhm.
still, them reading the popular fiction is still way better than the people not reading anything. Read, people, read. Vanessa says, I was saying if you're a Writers Troop member, we have Zoom co-working at 1 p.m. Eastern. Nice. We'll see if I'm home in time. Jean says, Mary Higgins Clark. There you go. It's another popular one. Stephen King and Rice were my high school years. Nice. I did read Clive Cussler, so that was a popular one that I read. I don't read him anymore because, well, first of all, he hasn't actually, he's passed now, but for the last decade or 2 decades of his life, he wasn't actually writing them. And then I went back and read my favorite book by his, which was Treasure. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so misogynistic. I cannot read this anymore. I'm telling you, man. Innocent childhood when I didn't realize. Yeah, I wonder why these thoughts are in my head. I can't imagine why. And Stephen King is a genre writer. I agree, but he's popular, right? That's what I was just saying. So he's a popular writer that people who read popular things like James Patterson will still read Stephen King. But that's why Stephen King doesn't bore me, because he's a genre writer. Zwank says, medvac helicopters fly over my house going to the hospital. Too low flying, in my opinion. Yeah, I get that. We have a small airport that's right here. So a bunch of people go and like learn how to fly and stuff at that airport. So there's always airplanes over our head. Not always helicopters, though. Helicopters significantly louder.
Mm-hmm.
And Zwake says, thanks for sprints. Whoops. Alicia, see you Sunday. Absolutely. Yes, I should be on Sunday. We'll see. I now have meetings in the morning. And then I have book club. So hopefully I will be able to make your sprints on Sunday. Vanessa says, I didn't do a link. I just said for people to check the group or the call for the link. Thank you. Because the link is also in Discord, right? It's not just on Facebook. And Jean says, thank you for the sprints. Absolutely. Thank y'all for being here. We are very grateful that y'all show up so we can get work done every morning. It's kind of nice. Like this morning when I woke up at 5:45, in my regular life, I would have let the dog out and then gone back to bed and then wasted that time. Instead, I've been working all morning and it feels really good. And if I'm exhausted later, I'll take a nap, right? But I might take a nap even if I, got up at 8 and didn't get anything done. So I like it. It's nice. But knowing that you're here anyways, I'm like, I might as well stay up. And it worked. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Charles says, yeah, I actually crocheted. Ooh, now to get ready for work. Charles says, thanks for hosting. Absolutely, Charles. Vanessa says, yes, it populates from the calendar to the Discord. Fabulous. About 15 minutes before. Excellent. So I will check it out if I am back. Molly says, now going back to bed. Good night, Molly. Have a great nap. And Jessica Kiwi, hey, just in time for us to go. It's good to see you. We are all done for this morning. We'll be back. Alicia will be back Sunday. And then, of course, the Morning Time Pirates will be back starting next Monday. So off we go. And Vanessa says, sweet dreams, Molly. Jean says, way to go, Steve. And Jessica Kiwi says, it's 5:30 and I'm sweating so bad already. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ugh.
Yeah, that will be Alicia and I in just a few months. Maybe just 2. Doesn't take long. We're already in the high 70s, low 80s. But it'll get cold again. It always gets cold again first, and then it warms up permanently.
Yep. We'll have at least one more cold snap, and then that'll be the end of it.
And that'll probably be it. Yep. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you soon.